All right, Sir Bunsalot. We're trying to get some unconventional builds going. We'll see what presents itself. I've been imagining fluff. And then it has not been materializing. And we've also been trying to do some kind of like defensive Morningstar builds. But yeah, very few of the builds we've been trying to force have been working. At the moment, I think Dungeon Clawler, obviously, you know, still very early access, feels like there's a sort of like the meta is just take strong things and win with kind of like the same patterns. I don't feel like there's a huge amount of options. So this... Midas is technically a fluff build, unlicensed streamer. Plus one to that. I think I'll roll here. I want something more interesting. I don't want to do that. So yeah, but I like the idea of doing a bath bomb build. Perhaps that's more in line with what I should be saying. I like the idea of a bath bomb build. So far, those have been very elusive. You need a lot of components to get them working. And I do think the one thing that I will say, having played a little bit with bath bombs, is that they really should trigger as soon as they contact water, not when they're dropped into the chute. Strength Potion could have some build around, but I don't think it's what we're looking for. Attacks the nearest enemy increased by 5. You only had like one. Yeah, I did have a successful poison fluff build, but it was kind of, it wasn't like super successful. Like I want, you know, scaling out of control, etc., etc. What are we going to get here? That's Giantism. If you only pick up a single item, it gets used twice. Maybe we can do something with that. Right off the bat, I don't think we can grab the syringe by itself. I may try and grab it this time. That's going to be hard to grab. Ooh, I think we got it. How much did that hit for? Okay, so it hits for, we'll watch closely. 15-20. Okay, so it is triggering twice. So that's potentially something. Picky is not stackable, so we'll never get more of them. Plus water bottle takes 2 rounds to activate. Yeah, so I think you need to do it with swamp unlicensed. That's the only way that I've found for it to really pop off. But I think picky with syringe is kind of an interesting. There's also the bomb build for sure, but none of those. Magnet Claw is a trap. Okay, you can't pick up 2 piggy banks. Okay, you can't pick up anything. So I guess picking up 1 was as good as picking up 2. And then I don't think we weren't going to get it all on its own. I tried to go only syringe there, but... Why did that dagger get used twice? It looked like there was a 2 on that dagger. Maybe I misread that. Poisonous weapons is certainly a choice. It's definitely strong. Helps out with bosses. Are we going to be hitting a lot? I don't know what our build is yet. I don't think any of these are really build-arounds, unfortunately. Except poisonous weapons, but I'm not too excited about it. Ah. All right, maybe we are going a poison build. Oh, I really thought I was going to get that on its own. So syringe is increased by 5 each time it is used. I think we can get 3 shields and the dagger here if we're lucky. Nope. I do like the concept of syringe. Why am I blocking right now? I'm also curious how syringe upgrades. Because the damage is good on it. I'm gonna grab some body armor. I'd like to pick up 1 shield with it, ideally. Okay. I kind of disagree with poison builds not scaling unlicensed. I feel like I've had some surprisingly good scaling out of poison builds, especially against like trash mobs. The way that poison resolves causes contagious venom to just be like insane. You get that with some poisonous weapons. Grab like a magnet and a bunch of whatever, and the amount of damage you can do is kind of staggering. And it gets around a lot of boss mechanics. But this picky syringe is kind of interesting. I guess we take that because we're doing some poison stuff. No to the lucky stick. No to the plastic knife. No to the lucky stick again. Well, reflect boss kills you with poison builds if they reflect your poison. Yeah, I mean, that is true. That is factually accurate, if painful. But you don't always get the reflect boss. Contagious Venom is indeed good and can clear the main 5 floors, but it really relies on that single perk. Yep, it certainly does. But in my experience, most of the builds have some pretty heavy reliance on something. And Contagious Venom isn't that bad. But yeah, you need to pick up a lot of different stuff to make that work. But some of our strongest builds have had pretty heavy poison vibes in them. Taking a bunch of random damage that I didn't need to. Well, I wasn't going to get the syringe on its own anyways. Another syringe. I'm willing to make that part of our archetype here. How do we do on defend? Not great. It's a shame syringes don't buff each other. That would be a very interesting, like, for every syringe played type of mechanic. Now, yeah, for some reason that dagger there was doubled, which seems very interesting to me. But I kind of feel like Syringe could have some scaling if you got to the point where that was basically like your whole deck was syringes. But like I said, it's very hard to thin down your deck sufficiently in the early game. There's just not a lot of opportunities. Stress Ball again. I don't think that's what we're looking for. I really want to stake Stress Ball. I'd like to get something of interest. Wow, Stress Ball a third time. Okay, thanks, game. All right, the Knight. We have some poison, so it's not out of the question that we will be able to take him down. I think we try and get our syringes scaling also. But this guy doesn't scale, so if we can get our like per turn armor going, we will defeat him. Starting with so many daggers and shields makes lean builds hard early game on anything other than Dracula. Yeah, I mean the count is just like kind of like a different animal, because they basically just start. You pick up a magnet and then you win. Not to oversimplify it, but they feel like the most OP hero, I would say. And while this might look a little dicey, I think we are going to outscale his damage largely. Ooh, almost didn't get that. We're also so incredibly broke, I'm realizing now. Goodbye. Up to 30 block a turn, not bad. Increase your maximum health by your coins. Start each fight with block. Junk Jet. We don't have Vampirism. I think we roll twice. Brutal. Yes, Dicey Dungeon is a fantastic game for sure. Do we have a thinning plan? We have, oh gosh, our build is horrifyingly bad at the moment. We will take 3 damage. He's got to reflect, so we want to hit him with something a little more minor here. Magicraft. No, that one does not ring any bells with me. What's the concept of that one? That was a great grab. No to this. No to this. I can't get the makings of a build to save my life here. That didn't help either. I will say picky though, I'm when you get a bad grab, picky is surprisingly helpful. I kind of feel like one thing they could do with picky to make it more interesting is if you grab only items of the same type. That could be a way that they could make picky a little more interesting than only picking up one item. Not to say that there aren't ways to make one item work. But especially since I don't think it's stackable. Yeah, it's not stackable, so it's kind of like I don't see it contributing too heavily to any interesting builds. Magicraft is the Noita wand spell building plus Binding of Isaac. Oh, interesting. I've never played Noita, but I have enjoyed watching others play it. All right, that should get him. I swear, every time I'm just re-rolling it and there's nothing in there. Also, seriously, who first turn heals? Who is like, oh, you know, it'd be a cool concept for the enemy that we're about to roll out? An enemy that heals on the first turn. I think this is a huge amount of damage if we get everything here. I think this gets the kill. It did not get the kill. Great. We were very close to it getting the kill. Well, at least that'll get used twice, I guess. We're going to need some recovery. I'm frustrated by how much I think a magnet may help the build. Okay, show me something good here. I'm not excited about any of these. I don't want a heat gun, but heat gun, we got that. The heat gun is not. I seriously, I have no idea what we're trying to build here right now. Let's get rid of the big shield, I guess. Insert magnet as face. Sounds about right. Which one is the purple moth? Remind me. In what way is it going to scale to murder me? It is going to reflect things. Got it. I do think our vaccines are probably single reflection. Okay. Single reflection, but decently heavy hitter. Oh, terrible grab. We're gonna die to this guy. Seems very likely. Does he never hit for more than 27? Not that we can generate 27 defense, but oh, terrible grab. Really wanted to get that. Missed one of those, I think. I think this is going to be close, maybe? Well, not with grabs like that. Yeah, I don't think we have enough shields. Well, that's good. Ooh, picking that up by itself is interesting. Isn't it? We failed to do it that time, but if we're selective about when we hit and with what, maybe we can get this guy dead. Oh, I wanted that by itself. Does look like we will live to fight another day, unless that vaccine kills me. It did? Nope, nearly did though. Alright, we survived. The green moth. I can't picture a green moth. I'm sure there is, but I think we got to roll that. Sure, natural strength will at least buy us a tiny bit of time, maybe. I can check the game files to confirm that there are 3 moths, but that does sound correct to me. That feels like a backhanded statement that we've seen them all. Sad state of affairs that we have seen all of the moths. Ooh, somehow I did not defend the way I imagined I might there. We take the poison dagger because we are apparently a poison dagger build here. This looks awful. This is the fight where if you haven't scaled up your defenses, you can get absolutely decimated. Oh, and they're just going to keep going. Okay, noted. Guess I need to start killing them or it's going to be all over. Getting the front one killed might have been more value. Okay, so this fight, they just do this every turn. I see. Okay. I'm gonna try and take out the slime on the front. I think that's better than sitting here and waiting for them to whittle me down. Maybe not. We need to do damage. The freaking dagger that we needed to kill this guy and save ourselves 12 damage. Gotta love that. Sometimes this game can really claw at your nerves. May I post a link to the sprites on... Yeah, of course. Oh, on the... I don't have a channel for Dungeon. I have all the sprites available, though. Hold on. Give me 1 second here. I can just bring them up because I have all the sprites. So let me grab them. 1 sec. So we're talking about a green moth with red markings, which would be this one here. This is the moth we're referring to, right? That moth there. Okay, am I about to die? Quite possibly. Trying to stay alive here. We're debating if it's red or green. Okay, so that's the question. Because let me take a look here really quickly. I'll just look through the game files. So there's a blue moth, which is this moth. And then, is there one more moth in here? Yes, there's the purple moth. Make that one go away and make this one appear. I guess we're a shuriken build. I don't think we can afford to take any damage here. I don't think there's a shield we can grab either, though, so it's just going to be this, I think. We're in trouble is the short version, I think. Yeah, I can't get enough defense, even if I grab all three of these. It is indeed rip again. Exact lethal for them. Oh, man. All right. What do we want to do here? Let's